Welcome to our channel. Today we dive into one of the Cold War's most chilling and shadowy chapters, the dirty spy swaps in Berlin. These were not just secret deals. They were complex games of chess played between East and West, with real lives on the line. If you're fascinated by espionage, betrayal, and political theater, stay tuned. After World War II, Berlin became a divided city, a hotspot for spies, secrets, and silent wars. The city's east belonged to the Soviet Union, the west to the Allies. The Berlin Wall didn't just divide ideologies, it also cut through families, lovers, and lives. It was here, on the infamous Glienicke Bridge, also known as the Bridge of Spies, where East and West silently exchanged their captured agents. These spy swaps were rarely clean or fair. Many were dirty, dangerous, and loaded with political calculation. The first major swap occurred in 1962, when the U.S. traded Soviet spy Rudolf Abel for downed American U-2 pilot Francis Gary Powers. It wasn't a handshake deal. It was negotiated in whispers, filled with tension, and watched by snipers. Often innocent people were thrown in to sweeten the pot, pawns used by the Soviets to increase their leverage. Some were real spies, others were falsely accused. What mattered wasn't guilt or innocence, but value on the geopolitical chessboard. Spy swaps weren't always balanced. Sometimes the West would hand over 5 or 10 prisoners for one high-ranking Soviet agent. Why? Because intelligence was power. The spies being swapped knew state secrets, identities, and operations, and once captured, they became bargaining chips. Some stories were heartbreaking. Families separated for years. Double agents betrayed by their own side. Innocent citizens caught in a web of lies. These weren't just political moves. They were deeply personal tragedies. As the Cold War neared its end, Berlin's spy swaps became symbolic. One of the last major exchanges happened in 1986, involving dissident Natan Sharansky, later known as Natan Sharansky. When the wall fell in 1989, the era of dirty spy swaps came to a close, but the stories remain etched into history. Berlin's spy swaps were more than dramatic exchanges. They were a reflection of the murky world of Cold War espionage. In a divided city, truth was often just another weapon. Thanks for watching, and if you want more real stories of spies, secrets, and shadows, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. See you next time.